High above the bay, a white villa gleams under the Côte d'Azur sun, its glass walls catching every shimmer of the sea. Inside, chrome sculptures, minimalist lines, and the hum of quiet power reflect a life built on motion and mastery. This isn't just a home, it's a statement. A place where every stone seems to echo the sound of a Mercedes-AMG engine. But before the trophies and the villas, there was a kid from Stevenage who dreamed of going faster than anyone thought possible. Lewis Hamilton was born in 1985 in Stevenage, Hertfordshire, a small English town that had never produced a global superstar, let alone one who would redefine Formula One. His upbringing was far from the glamour he's known for today. His mother, Carmen, is white British, and his father, Anthony, is black with Caribbean roots, together shaping Hamilton into one of the most visible symbols of modern, multicultural Britain. When his parents divorced when he was 2, he split his childhood between households, learning early how to adapt to different worlds, a skill that would later define his career on and off the track. His father worked multiple jobs, as an IT manager, dishwasher, and part-time contractor, all to fund young Lewis's obsession with racing. At just 6 years old, Anthony bought him his first go-kart. Every spare weekend was spent at the karting circuit, where the kid from Stevenage began overtaking boys with far bigger budgets. But the early years weren't easy. Hamilton often faced racial taunts and bullying, experiences that forged both his resilience and his trademark composure under pressure. At age 10, after dominating the British Cadet Karting Championship, Hamilton met Ron Dennis, the head of McLaren. In one of motorsport's most famous origin stories, the boy walked up to the executive and said, "Hi, I'm Lewis Hamilton. One day, I want to race for you." Dennis smiled and wrote in his autograph book, "Call me in 9 years." 4 years later, McLaren did more than take his call. They signed him. In 1998, Hamilton officially joined the McLaren Young Driver program, becoming the first black driver to enter Formula One's elite pipeline. By 2007, Hamilton's rise was meteoric. In his debut season with McLaren, he finished just 1 point shy of winning the World Championship, an unprecedented feat for a rookie. The following year, he returned with vengeance. On a rainy day in Sao Paulo in 2008, in the final corner of the final lap, Hamilton clinched the title, becoming the youngest world champion in F1 history at that time, and the sport's first black champion. It wasn't just a victory. It was a cultural breakthrough. But Hamilton was never one to stay still. In 2013, he made a bold move from McLaren to Mercedes, a decision that critics called reckless. McLaren had history. Mercedes had potential. Hamilton saw the future. And by 2014, he was proven right. With Mercedes's hybrid technology and Hamilton's unmatched precision, the team began a new era of dominance. Between 2014 and 2020, Hamilton captured 6 more world titles, tying Michael Schumacher's record of 7, and rewriting nearly every statistic in Formula One history. Most wins, most poles, most podiums. Still, the journey wasn't without controversy. The 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix ended in chaos, costing Hamilton what could have been his 8th title due to a disputed race decision. But instead of lashing out, Hamilton handled defeat with grace, walking off the track in silence, a moment that turned him from a champion into an icon. Even after nearly 2 decades on the grid, Hamilton continues to evolve. In 2025, he signed with Ferrari, a move that sent shockwaves through the racing world. After 12 years with Mercedes, the British legend now seeks to write a final, fiery chapter with the prancing horse, symbolizing not just reinvention, but rebirth. But for all the horsepower and headlines, Hamilton's truest reflection of success isn't just on the podium. It's carved into the hills above Monaco. Monaco Mansion, the crown jewel of the Riviera. From the air, it gleams like a white diamond embedded in the hillside, surrounded by terraced gardens and olive groves that seem to melt into the sea. The property spans over 2,100 square meters of pure indulgence, positioned perfectly to capture the Riviera's golden sunlight from dawn to dusk. The main living area feels like a private gallery, bright oak floors, a stone-carved fireplace, and floor-to-ceiling windows that open onto a sweeping 180-degree panorama of the Mediterranean coastline. The kitchen, tucked behind sleek glass walls, is a chef's dream. Full Gaggenau appliances, custom cabinetry, and a seamless flow to the dining room overlooking the water. Hamilton's plant-based lifestyle is reflected everywhere. Fresh herbs growing by the windows, fruit bowls overflowing, and a minimalist layout that's more zen than Michelin. Upstairs, 5 bedrooms each open to their own private balconies, with Italian marble bathrooms so polished they could double as mirrors. The primary suite is designed like a spa, a soaking tub with sea views, ambient lighting that changes mood by the hour, and walk-in wardrobes organized like a Formula One pit lane, immaculate, efficient, and built for performance. Beyond the sleeping quarters lies Hamilton's personal sanctuary, a reading room with views over the harbor, lined with first editions and vinyl records, and a private studio where he experiments with music and sketches designs for his fashion collaborations. The champion driver, who's also a creative at heart, calls this the place where the mind overtakes the engine. Every inch of the villa hums with understated technology. From sliding aluminum windows and automated alarms to the 5-car garage, where machines of pure adrenaline rest under the calm Riviera sun. Outside, stone steps lead down through olive trees to a private sun terrace and pool deck with an unbroken view stretching to the horizon. It's equal parts retreat and racetrack of the soul, calm above, power below. And in true Hamilton fashion, the details matter. A charging station for electric vehicles, solar-powered lighting across the gardens, and energy-efficient climate systems show that even luxury can be sustainable. A reflection of his environmental advocacy and disciplined lifestyle. But Monaco is just his European base. Across the Atlantic, another penthouse tells a very different side of the champion. New York penthouse, the Sky Suite. High above the cobblestone streets of Tribeca, where New York's creative pulse meets billionaire serenity, sits one of Lewis Hamilton's most breathtaking retreats, a $57 million triplex penthouse that proves you can be both grounded and sky-high at the same time. Nestled in one of Manhattan's most exclusive buildings, the same address shared by Justin Timberlake, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Meg Ryan, this residence captures the perfect blend of industrial power and European grace. Spread across 3 floors and over 8,900 square feet, the penthouse is less a home than an experience in design precision. Step through the glass foyer, and you're immediately greeted by 26-foot double-height ceilings, 7 massive south-facing windows, and sunlight that pours across the white oak floors like liquid gold. The main living space is anchored by a grand marble fireplace, sleek yet commanding, surrounded by warm, neutral tones that reflect Hamilton's disciplined aesthetic, calm, minimal, and impossibly cool. The kitchen could rival a Michelin restaurant. It features a massive Calacatta marble island, Christopher Peacock cabinetry, and a full suite of Wolf, Sub-Zero, and Miele appliances. The kind of setup that makes even a green juice feel like haute cuisine. Adjacent to the kitchen, an open-plan dining space is framed by sculptural pendant lighting and walls that subtly curve, softening the industrial edges of the Tribeca loft vibe. The second floor houses the primary suite, a sanctuary in itself. The bedroom opens onto a private balcony overlooking downtown Manhattan, while the spa bathroom offers a deep soaking tub, a steam shower, heated marble floors, and backlit mirrors that could belong in a 5-star hotel. The walk-in closet? More like a boutique. Racks of tailored suits, vegan leather jackets, and limited edition sneakers arranged with Formula One precision. What sets this penthouse apart isn't just its architecture, but its technology. The entire home is a smart ecosystem controlled via iPad, Lighting, blinds, temperature, and sound all adjust with a single tap. The effect is effortless sophistication. A home that breathes, responds, and adapts to its owner's rhythm. The design aesthetic channels Hamilton's own duality. The industrial edge of New York's creative energy fused with the refined elegance of European design. It's both fast and calm, bold yet balanced. A mirror of his own life between roaring circuits and mindful retreats. Every corner feels like a personal metaphor. The staircase, like a racetrack spiraling upward, the terrace, a finish line in the clouds. Even the muted palette, whites, grays, brushed metals, feels like a tribute to his Mercedes racing legacy. And yet, despite all the luxury, there's warmth, an intimacy that grounds the space. For a man who's spent his life traveling at 200 miles per hour, the penthouse offers something rare: stillness with a view. From the calm of Monaco to the pulse of Manhattan, Hamilton's world moves fast, even when he's standing still. Car collection. Lewis Hamilton's garage isn't a collection. It's a cathedral of engineering, a living museum of speed and sculpture valued at nearly $40 million. At the heart of his fleet sits the McLaren F1, 1995, the holy grail of supercars and Hamilton's most prized possession. Worth over $20 million, it boasts a 627 horsepower BMW V12 engine and a top speed of 240 miles per hour, once the fastest production car on Earth. With its distinctive butterfly doors and minimalistic carbon fiber body, the F1 isn't just a car, it's a statement. The crown jewel of his fleet. Then there's the Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta, an open-top hybrid beast valued at $4.1 million. Packing 949 horsepower, it rockets from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds. The Aperta blends raw performance with elegance, red leather interiors, aerodynamic curves, and a symphony of carbon and steel that echoes down Monte Carlo's tunnels. It's Ferrari's tribute to innovation, and Hamilton's ode to speed under the Riviera sun. Of course, parked beside it is the hardtop LaFerrari, equally powerful at $4 million, and kept exclusively at his Monaco residence. While the Aperta flaunts its aggression, the coupe embodies stealth, the kind of car that announces your presence not by noise, but by silence before the storm. If those Ferraris are poetry, then the Mercedes-AMG 1, $2.7 million, is pure physics. A 1.6-liter turbocharged hybrid engine derived directly from Hamilton's own Formula One car, it delivers 1,063 horsepower and a top speed of 217 miles per hour. F1 technology for the streets isn't marketing hyperbole here. It's reality. This is Hamilton's legacy distilled into metal, a machine that bridges his professional and personal worlds with electric precision. His McLaren P1, $1.8 million, is a sculpted shadow on wheels, deep gloss black like the Monaco night sky. Its 903 horsepower hybrid system merges gasoline and electricity with a whisper, creating a car that feels alive under the driver's hands. For Hamilton, it represents the future of performance, where sustainability and style meet in perfect symmetry. But not every engine in his garage was born in a lab. Hamilton also treasures the 1967 Shelby GT 500, $1.4 million, an American icon that rumbles with nostalgia. Painted in metallic red with racing stripes, this muscle car is pure attitude. The only thing louder than his engines, one mechanic once joked, are his fans. The GT 500's raw 428 cubic inch V8 is a reminder that speed isn't just numbers. It's emotion, it's rebellion, it's soul. For a nod to Mercedes' heritage, Hamilton owns the Mercedes-AMG SLS Black, $270,000, with its iconic gull-wing doors, a modern homage to the 1955 300 SL. It's elegant yet aggressive, combining a 6.2-liter V8 engine with a design that looks ready to take flight. When the doors rise, it's not just an entrance, it's theater. Completing the lineup is his Shelby Cobra 427, 1966. A $100,000 classic that Hamilton actually drives around Monaco on quiet mornings. With its raw aluminum body, minimalist dashboard, and thunderous V8, it's a car that refuses to be confined to display. It's old-school racing stripped down to the essentials: man, machine, and the open road. He once said, "Cars are like people. You have to understand their rhythm." And if that's true, Hamilton's garage doesn't hum. It sings. But beneath the carbon fiber and chrome lies another side of his success, one defined not by what he drives, but by how he lives. Luxury style. Back in 2013, Hamilton made headlines when he purchased a striking red Bombardier Challenger 605 private jet for $23 million. A machine that embodied speed, precision, and individuality. With a top cruising speed of over 850 kilometers per hour and the capacity to carry 19 passengers, it wasn't just a jet, it was Hamilton's second cockpit. The tail number, GLCDH, carried his full initials, Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton, making the plane unmistakably his. Inside, the cabin was wrapped in cream leather and dark walnut, featuring a lounge area, full galley, and entertainment system worthy of a Formula One champion on the move. But as Hamilton evolved, so did his values. A few years later, he sold the jet, citing his growing commitment to environmental responsibility. For a man who once raced private jets between Grand Prix weekends, the decision signaled not a loss of luxury, but a shift in philosophy, from indulgence to intention. Of course, the skies aren't the only place Hamilton has made waves. His Sunseeker yacht, worth an estimated £3 million, redefines seabound luxury. Stretching 90 feet, it's sleek, angular, and unmistakably British, much like its owner. Docked between Monaco and Nice, the yacht serves as both a private sanctuary and a social hub, complete with an open-air lounge, mahogany interiors, and a sun deck where Hamilton often practices yoga or entertains friends. Powered by twin diesel engines, the Sunseeker glides across the Mediterranean like a racing car on water, quiet, commanding, and effortlessly fast. "It's where I breathe," he once said. "No trophies, no noise, just sea and sky." But behind the glamour and precision of this lifestyle lies a man who has turned all of it, the cars, the properties, the brand, into something much greater than wealth: income and net worth. With a net worth estimated at $450 million, he stands as one of the wealthiest athletes on the planet, blending the hustle of a racer with the instincts of a CEO. His journey to financial superstardom began long before the podium champagne. Over nearly 2 decades, Hamilton has earned more than $500 million in career income from his time with McLaren, Mercedes, and now Ferrari. A feat few athletes in history can match. His current annual salary, depending on bonuses and performance clauses, ranges between $60 million and $100 million, making him the highest-paid driver in Formula One history. But Hamilton's success has never been confined to the track. His endorsement portfolio reads like a global Fashion Week guest list: Puma, Tommy Hilfiger, IWC Schaffhausen, Dior, and Sony, among others. Collectively, these partnerships bring in an additional $20 to $50 million per year. Yet what sets him apart isn't the sheer number of deals, it's the fact that each brand aligns with his personal identity. From sustainability-focused fashion to luxury design, Hamilton's image isn't rented, it's curated. And then there's his entrepreneurial side, the part of him that thinks long-term while the world is watching split-second lap times. Hamilton co-founded Neatburger, a plant-based fast food chain that grew rapidly across Europe and the US before he eventually exited the company. While the brand has since liquidated, Hamilton's early involvement proved his business foresight. Sustainability and culture were destined to collide, and he cashed in before the tide turned. By 2022, he diversified even further, acquiring a minority stake in the Denver Broncos, joining an elite circle of athletes turned owners, redefining modern sports economics. That same year, he co-founded Dawn Apollo Films, a production company with a focus on documentaries, environmental storytelling, and social change. One of its first major projects was a Formula One docuseries produced in partnership with Apple TV+. And because Hamilton never slows down, his 2023 venture, Almave Tequila, marked another shift into luxury spirits. Co-founded with Casa Lumbre, Almave is the first non-alcoholic tequila alternative, capturing both the taste of celebration and the message of mindfulness. Like his cars, it's built on craftsmanship and precision. In America, they'd call him more than an athlete. He's a movement. A driver who built a brand so powerful it transcends sport. As Forbes aptly put it, Hamilton doesn't just drive for podiums, he drives a global brand. And behind the engines, the investments, and the elegance lies the man himself. Thoughtful, private, and ever-evolving. Personal life. In November 2007, the world got its first glimpse of Hamilton's personal side when he began dating Nicole Scherzinger, the charismatic lead singer of the Pussycat Dolls. Their relationship quickly became a global headline, the golden couple of racing and pop music. But behind the flashbulbs was a partnership that often struggled under the weight of two high-octane careers. The pair split in early 2010, citing the need to focus on their professional commitments. Yet, like many great love stories, theirs wasn't over. The couple reunited later that year, with appearances together at the Turkish and Canadian Grand Prix, igniting hope among fans. For the next several years, their romance was a series of high-speed chases and pit stops, passionate, public, and ultimately poignant. By 2015, they decided to part ways permanently, marking the end of one of Formula One's most talked-about love stories. Following his breakup with Scherzinger, Hamilton's name continued to orbit celebrity circles. He was linked to Rihanna, a close friend whose effortless confidence seemed to mirror his own. Over the years, Hamilton has also been rumored to have dated Rita Ora, Miss Finland Lotta Hintsa, Miss Grenada 2007, Vivian Burkhardt, Hungarian model Barbara Palvin, and supermodel Winnie Harlow, who shared Hamilton's passion for diversity and empowerment. Another high-profile rumor connected him to Sophia Richie, daughter of music legend Lionel Richie, while perhaps the most surprising link was with Nicki Minaj. The two were spotted vacationing together in Dubai in 2018. Though neither confirmed a relationship, their chemistry was undeniable, blending luxury and privacy in true Hamilton fashion. But behind the red carpets and tabloids lies a man guided by conviction and self-awareness. In 2017, Hamilton announced that he had adopted a vegan lifestyle, explaining to the BBC, "As humans, what we're doing to the world, the pollution, the cruelty, it's unbelievable. I don't want to support that. I want to live a healthier life." His decision went beyond diet. It reflected his evolving worldview, one centered on compassion and sustainability. In 2018, he was named Person of the Year by PETA for his advocacy. Perhaps most revealing of all was his September 2024 interview, where Hamilton spoke candidly about his lifelong battle with depression, admitting he had struggled with it since the age of 13. The confession humanized a man often seen as superhuman, proof that even the fastest drivers in the world face moments of stillness and vulnerability. Grounded by faith, driven by purpose, and strengthened by experience, Lewis Hamilton's personal life mirrors the very essence of his racing philosophy. Always evolving, always moving forward. If you enjoyed exploring the world behind the helmet, the homes, the cars, and the heart of Lewis Hamilton, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Your support keeps us racing forward to bring you more stories of ambition, passion, and extraordinary lives lived at full throttle. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.